Hey, what's going on, everybody? Thank you for your interest in this amazing lot on Center Hill Lake. So, I'm making this video to give you guys a little bit of an introduction, but to get a real feel for the property, I would advise you guys to go out there, get out of your vehicle, and actually walk the property because it's absolutely amazing. So, first off, let me just give a little orientation on where the property is. So, it's about an hour and some change east of Nashville. You just go down the 40 and drive to Center Hill Lake, and you can see here about its approximate location. Now, I want to start off by saying that there's a lot of things that you could do with this property. You know, it's 7.39 acres, and what I was going to do with it was I actually wanted to put these amazing tree houses. And I'm not sure if you guys ever watched Tree Masters, but I thought that putting these on that property would be awesome. I was looking at it purely from an income potential property, and this is what I thought is going in there and creating almost the this same look right here. And you'll see because there are some slopes on the property, but you can see down here to the right, you can do some amazing bridges on it. And I just think it would be a very unique property, and I think it would be an absolute hit on Center Hill Lake being that close to Nashville. Another vision that I had was to put these tiny houses on there. There's multiple locations throughout the property where you can set these, and I can just envision like a big panoramic window out the side with the lake view, and it would be extremely amazing. Oh, same thing for the tree houses. I would position the tree houses, to where you could see the lake, obviously, right? But in the center, kind of have a fire pit, and I just thought it would be an amazing, amazing feel for the property. So, or maybe you guys just want to put a really cool cabin with some really good lake views. That could be achieved as well. But since it was 7.39 acres, there's more than one property that you can put on this property just because how big it is. So here's just a little orientation of where it sits, and it's close to the marinas. It's close to Ed Gravids. I mean, Center Hill Lake is not an extremely huge lake by any means, but it's a pretty good size. But here you can see I've circled where the property is, and here is the actual survey outlining the property. Now, this property was set aside by the original developers of Harbor Point. And what makes that really unique is this property, you can pretty much do anything with it. There's no restrictions, there's no HOAs. And what's even better than that is all the utilities are there. So you can tap in through the Ademus sewer, all right? And I've already made contact with them. And I actually got a quote that I received for, if I would put 6 properties, would be about 50 grand, which isn't that bad. That's like 10 grand, per house or per cabin or whatever you're going to put on here. There's also power, water. What else? Yeah, that's pretty much it. But all utilities are all right there. Now, I went to Google Earth and I shot this view right here because I just wanted to kind of give you the positioning of the property and how it sits within the rest of Harbor Point. And you can see it kind of sits up on this hillside, okay? And with it being sit up on the hillside, you're going to have amazing lake views. And that's kind of what I'm trying to point out here is, kind of looks out onto the Center Hill Lake main channel. It's not off of a finger or anything, so you're going to just have extremely, extremely amazing views. So here's a little close-up of the property. And what I'm trying to highlight in this picture here is you have this access road, and you can kind of see it cut up the property here, okay? Now, all along this, as you turn back, you could see, the lake. Now, you have to cut back and trim back some of these trees in here, but you'll definitely have a view of the lake. And as you go, throughout this property, there's good benched areas to where if you wanted to just do a single, family property, you could do that. Or what I was thinking was, you put a cabin here, you kind of put a cabin here, and you put a cabin here, kind of scattered all throughout. Now, I'll be honest, over here on the right side, I really didn't have it, it's pretty thick back in there, so I really didn't trample through the right side. But there's so much potential on this left side that I pretty much and when you look at the topography, you'll probably be able to get a cabin back in here, but to the main center here and off to the left is where the $1 million views are gonna be. Okay. Yeah. So the next picture here, this was just a picture of a home site at the very, very top. And here you can see, just because of how high the property would sit, the panoramic views that you would have would be absolutely amazing. Now, like I said, and I'm trying to point out this stick here, the lake is all right here. You'd have to, and I'm sitting on the way, way far back. So, if you were in the middle of the property here and you built up, you would see you might be able to see right over those. You might have to trim a little bit back, but you're not going to have to completely annihilate your lot like some of the other lots, when you're down here, on the front, on the core line. So here I'm just trying to point out that there are underground utilities already installed, and these are just kind of approximate locations. As you guys are walking out, you'll see them. Just look for the transformer, the fiber optic, and you'll see where the utilities are. And the water and sewer runs all along Harbor Point Road. So if you position a property here or here or here or here, pretty much anywhere along here, you'll be able to tie in. And over here as well, like I said, this property, it pretty much outlines this whole tip here. 7.39 acres, guys. I mean, it's a good sized property. Here I'm trying to point out, so there's actually a county road called Popular Flat Road, and it's not improved. They don't maintain it, and I'm just going to scroll back up here so you guys can see it on the survey. But so it hugs the property, so you can you can pretty much just if you wanted to improve this, actually I would improve this road right here, and you might be able to partner with the person that owns this property up top here to improve this. But improve this, do a chip and seal, and I've already started making some communication so I can pass those contacts down to you. But yeah, I mean, I would position a cabin or a treehouse all in here, and be able to just kind of pull off a little parking, or you can actually cut a road in here in the back and connect down through that drive. Another neat thing in talking to called E911 is they told me that because of if I'm looking to do 6 properties, I would actually be able to name this road, which I thought was kind of cool. So if you guys buy it, hey, maybe you can name it after yourself, after your kids or whatever, or after whatever the resort or the treehouse, whatever you do. Either way, I thought it was really cool that you'd be able to name your own road, which is another unique thing. So here, so this is about midway up the road, and here I would just wanted to point out, kind of got a little close up view here. You can see the lake here in the background. You'd have to cut back some of these trees, but there's just $1 million views all over the place, and this is just a little zoom in of that. So here is I'm going to call it the right side of the property. If you're standing in back, it's on the right side here. And I'll have some other videos that I'm going to probably feed into this one, or maybe at the end. I'm not sure yet, but I will show you. There's a really nice benched area to where you can put maybe 2 or 3 tiny houses in there, or the um, tree house or your house. Well, whatever you want to do. The potential, it's up to you guys. But look, I'm just trying to point out here that you'll have those $1 million views. And this is actually standing at Popular Flat Road. So this is at the bottom of the property. So as you get higher, you're going to have more of that panoramic view. And here's just another close up. Now, here I'm standing at the road, and I'm kind of where I'm pointing this arrow to is kind of where I'm standing on the road. And what I'm trying to illustrate here is, again, more amazing views of the lake. And this is standing at the road. And when you guys get out there, and you see this house here, you stand up, or not stand up, but stand outside your vehicle, look up at the property, and you'll see how much higher the property sits than this house. So you're going to just completely see over all those trees and get those panoramic views. And then that's another close-up shot. So let's go ahead. I'm going to pause this and I'm going to cut over to some other video that I shot. All right, guys, so I'm going to attempt to give somewhat of a virtual tour with some different videos that I shot. So the first area that I'm going to be pointing out is area number 1 here. And I just wanted to kind of show you the approximate location here on the lot. And this is a video that I shot. And here you can see the lake views. And as I press play, I screen over and I see the tip of the property. So what you're looking at here is this area on the lot, okay? And you can see that, it has a little bit of a slope here, but like I was saying, you can almost see the access road coming up. And that's where I was thinking, hey, it would really be awesome if you kind of came off the edge here and put the tree house, right? Because you'd be able to have that amazing view. So I'm going to go ahead and press play so we can see the rest of the video here. And yeah, slopes up, but and don't be fooled. Along that access road, there is definitely some home sites along that area as well. All right, so before I blow totally past it, I put a U here for utilities, and I shot a little video, and here you can see where the water line is marked in the road, and those are the utilities. There's a transformer up there. Actually, let me go ahead and pull this back a little bit so you guys can see a little better. Yep, so there's the utilities. Like I said, there's a couple more of those scattered throughout the property, but I thought before I went too far into the video that I would go ahead and show you those utilities. For this next shot, I'm here at position 2, and I'm looking up along Popular Flat Road, and this is what it looks like. Now the road, you can kind of see here, but it just kind of runs up and it hugs this tree line. That tree line is all the property. So for this next shot, I'm standing about at point 3 here, and this is what it looks like. So I'm looking up at the property, standing on Popular Flat Road. And now I'm looking down and to the right, and that's Harbor Point Road. So you can see here, as I screen back or I rewind back a little bit, that it does have a little slope, right? But it's not that bad. And like I said, I think that you'd be able to come off with those tree houses, and you can probably cut a road in here as well. And later on in the video, I'm going to show you guys a really nice flat benched area that you can put a house on as well. All right, so at position number 4, there is a great benched area, and I'll go ahead and show you that in this video. But that area, so I'm standing on Popular Flat. You can see I'm kind of looking out at this house over here, but you could see the lake view. Like I said, build up a little bit. Like I'm saying in the whole video, you're just gonna have amazing views. But here I am, and I'm panning up towards. So this is actually Popular Flat Road here. This is that county road that I was talking about that you can improve upon. And what's unique is, so the property comes all the way back here to this corner, and you can cut a road. This is what I was saying, that you can cut a road in and come in up over the top of the property. And here you can see, I think I'm just pointing that out. And here I'm screening over now, or panning over. Now, this is that benched area that I was talking about. And I'll show you, I'll probably bring that video in right after this to show you that really good benched area. But this has really good area up here for it's nice and flat. You build flat over there. So if you want to put a tiny house, put a tiny house over there, cut in the road, pull it up there, and you would have those lake views. All right, guys. So now I'm standing at site 5 here, and I'll go ahead and play the benched area. Now, guys, it's all, approximate. I'm not standing out there, with GPS in my hand, but I did find the property line, so I know that I'm in that proximate location where the back two corners meet. Well, let's go ahead and look out this benched area. And here I'm just pointing out that it kind of runs down in that direction, back towards that corner where I was telling you that you can cut a road in. Oh, I'm going to go ahead and pause it here, but this is that beautiful benched area, and you could see it goes a pretty good ways. And you can kind of see that this is Harbor Point Road right here. And as I pan back, sorry guys, the lake's right here. Clear out a couple of these trees, um, just enough to give you that good view of the lake, and you'll definitely have that excellent benched area. And here I am, I'm just kind of pointing up, in the direction of the property line. And you could see the barbed wire. Just look for the stakes. There's also some big, probably, 5-inch or 6-inch round posts. But yeah, guys, look at that excellent benched area to build on. So for area number 6, I am looking down at the benched area again, just to give you guys another good view of what that looks like. Here I'm just kind of pointing up, there's actually the markers right there. Actually, let me scroll back and show you guys that. So if you guys are out there, but you could, that's kind of what I'm pointing to right here is here's the here's the post. Can't really make it out in this video, but it's definitely there, and that barbed wire kind of runs off into this direction. So as I pan around, I'll show you guys some of this benched area. There you can see it kind of starts over here, and it's kind of hard to make out, in the video, to be quite honest. But when you guys do this and you kind of look over here, this has got a decent slope to it. But walk down Popular Flat Road and come in towards the end, and then kind of walk this benched area in this direction. But you guys can see tremendous potential in this area to build a house, cabin, or a tree house. And so you guys can look for them when you're out there. This is what the boundary markers look like. They just kind of got looks like a little PVC stake in the ground, and the post right here that has barbed wire connected to it. And you guys will see it when you guys are out there. But this is here. Here I'm standing at the back of the property and looking down towards Harbor Point Road, and of course the lake is over in this direction. All right, guys. So for this next video segment, I'm about where position 6 is here on the map. Like I said, it's the survey marker. This is obviously I don't have the boundary line perfectly staked out here, or these sites are actually a little bit off. But the point is I'm at the back of the property. All right. So just take that, and here's the post that I was talking about with the survey marker. And what you'll see is there it is. There's the lake, guys. Like I said, this property has amazing views. Doesn't matter who builds, down at that core line. You completely tower over all that. That's what's awesome about this lot is it sits nice and high. Now, this is actually a road, okay? Um, it's not my property, so it's the property right in back of mine. And um, this road here actually cuts down and meets with Popular Flat Road. That was something I was talking about, or I was thinking about doing was, just talking with the neighbor. He's pretty cool. And just see, I might be able to use this, to access the property. It all comes to access for him as well. And, that access road, the main access road that goes up the side of the property, maybe you could use out like a mutual agreement, like, hey, he could use that road um, if he could use this. But hey, that's down the line. But nonetheless, just wanted to point this out. So if you guys do go out there, just look for this road that's kind of hugged in the tree line there, and look for the round post, with the barbed wire, and you will definitely see the property. All right, guys, still at site 6. Just want to point out more lake views there, and give you guys another glance here um, at this post in the barbed wire. So when you're out there, you guys can kind of see it. Just look for these. I mean, obviously there's tons of big trees out there, but I think they're pretty evident. Just look for it. Look for the PVC pipe and these wooden round posts, and you've hit it. But let's jump to the next segment. All right, so site 7 on the lot here, and it basically just wanted to point out, how far down this goes. So I'm standing, at point 7, but that property line, kind of goes into the trees here a little bit, but it goes all the way down here. All right. Now, when you guys walk this back path here or take the ATV, just look for that little road. There's a little road right here. When you find that road uh, that I pointed out in the previous video, you could just drive down that road, and then you'll start looking for the survey posts, and you'll see the backside of the property. But this is super long back here. But yeah, so no, I'm still standing at point 7, but I'm looking off into this direction. I guess if you're standing in front of the property, that's the right side of the property. If you're standing in the back, that's the left. I guess it's all relative. But this is what that side of the property looks like. And it goes all the way down, right? And like I said, this is pretty thick in here, guys. I really didn't get into it, but there's probably some other good building sites back there as well. Just looking at the topography map, it looked like there was definitely some areas back in here. But like I said, the main part of the property that I liked that was primed for development was this half here. You'll still get views here as well, because remember how high you are up, you'll be able to tower over all these other properties. Yeah, just wanted to point that out. So for this next part of the video, I'm still at site 7, but I'm starting to walk down this access road, and you could see that it has some great area. This is a pretty large area here. So, if you had your house here and you chop down a couple of these, just the tips of these trees, the view would be amazing. If you guys saw the drone feed, that's the panoramic. That's the panor. Excuse me. That is the panoramic view that you would have. So here I am walking down the access road. Now imagine if you had your house right here, or even if you parked your tiny house up here, um, cut down a couple of these trees. I mean, I can just not tell you the amount of potential that this area has as well. So just walking down the access road. So still at site 7, walking down the road, and I think we're parked maybe about halfway up. Um, and that's what kind of the area off to the left looks like, which is this area over here. I'm standing maybe about right here and looking over into this area, and that's what it looks like. It's pretty thick, but it's got potential there. And yeah, I'm just pointing out, lake's right over there. You could just see that, like I was saying, if you build tree houses over in here and you had the little suspension bridge going down, it would be amazing. Well, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope it was helpful to you. Please come out, take a look at this lot. The potential is phenomenal. Lake views all around, and I think you'll really like the property. So just come on out. If you got questions, feel free to text me 615-389-8049, or if you're talking with your realtor, go ahead and have them reach out to me as well. But yeah, looking forward to talking with you guys. Have a great day.